We are live. Welcome, viewers. I still haven't found an intro to the show yet. So I'm just going with welcome, viewers, and welcome to our show. We're joined by Thalia Smidt. Am I saying it correctly? Smith or Smith?
100%.
Smith, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
People always get my surname wrong.
No.
Getting it wrong. But welcome to the show. I
Thank.
don't know if you want to say something.
No. Just basically, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be on the show, and I'm excited to speak to you today. Yeah.
Yeah, we feel very privileged to have you on the show, and thank you very much for agreeing to be on the show. So we will get straight into it. Masandawana, new signing,
Yeah.
new player, so exciting! You've just come off a Woman of the Match award. You maybe want to tell us a bit about your experience at Sundowns at the moment, and tell us a bit about the Woman of the Match award.
Okay. So basically, I signed with Sundowns this year, and I joined the team this year. So it hasn't been easy, obviously, but the process has been a good one. It wasn't easy to adapt to, obviously, coming from a different team, going to a new team. It's never easy to adapt. But I mean, if you want to play at the highest level and if you want to be part of a team that has a wide range of good players, in-depth quality. So I think it took a lot of adapting for me, and the philosophy of the team suits my style of play. So it wasn't that difficult for me. But so far, I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying playing for the team. I mean, we currently on top of the log in the Hollywood Bet Super League. Also, the Ladies League just got recently this season sponsored by Hollywood Bet, so they came on board. And then currently we in camp. I'm in camp as I'm speaking now because we competing in the COSAFA CAF qualifiers. So basically, it's qualifiers for the CAF tournament, which will be hosted in Egypt. So tomorrow we're actually playing our semifinals, and yeah, so far the team is doing good. We have a team with great quality, depth in the squad. So it's quite good. It's a good thing for football. It's a good thing for a coach in general to have so much depth in the team as well. So tomorrow we have our semi-finals against Green Buffaloes from Zambia. And then yeah, just to touch on the woman of the match performance, it's not something that obviously I expected. I just told myself because the past two group games, I wasn't playing. And then I told myself, okay, if you get a chance, you just go out there and do what you have to do, but do it not individually, but do it for the team. So for me, it wasn't about the award at the end of the day. I guess that was just a bonus for me. So it was just putting up a performance as a team, not taking the foot off the pedal, and just keeping the how can I say the work rate and of the team up there, and then I was blessed with the woman of the match performance. Yeah.
That's brilliant. I'm so excited that Hollywood Bets has come on board. Women's football definitely needs more support, more funding. So, I mean, that is very exciting. I just read an article briefly. I think it's on the Sundowns website, and you talk about mentality. Mentality, not just for you, but mentality of the team. How important do you think mentality is in this industry?
I think it's one of the most powerful tools that you need as a player because I mean I can use myself for one as an example. Like I said, I didn't play the past two group games, and then I got a chance, So, and I felt like maybe not that I felt, but it was out there that I didn't maybe have the same match fitness compared to maybe other players that got a few minutes or that has been playing. But like I said, the mind is a powerful tool, and if you can tell yourself, like there's a saying that goes, if you speak it and believe it, and then you can do it. So I think you need to be mentally strong because there will always be challenges. Nothing in life will just go your way. Nothing in life is easy. So you're always going to encounter challenges. So I think you need to. It's not. I don't think it's. You can't say it's something that you're born with, but it's something that you kind of gain because of experiences, and you kind of toughen up because of experiences. So I would say it's a very, very important tool because you need to function or function your mind to say what are you gonna allow inside and what are you gonna not allow inside. So because at the end of the day, as a team also you need to obviously be mentally strong as a team because if you guys are not mentally strong, if you're gonna be easily how can I say easily maybe easily scared by your opponents or stuff like that, that's not going to help you. So I think mentality is a very, very important tool, and not just in football, but in life in general. Yeah,
I know you're not supposed to ask a lady this, but I'm going to give you my train of thought afterwards. How old are you now?
I'm 23.
So I think things that I'm learning at the age of 40, you learn at 23. And I always think about if I knew what I would, if I knew what I knew then, I would be a much better player. And the things you describing about mentality, I know that I didn't have the emotional intelligence to develop a strong mentality, but the things you're talking about now are
Mm-mm-mm.
so vital, especially in this industry where you have a lot
That's
of
it.
ups and
Mm,
downs, and what you're describing now, not being in the team. It's so
mm.
important to have a strong mindset because if you don't, you could easily develop bad habits. And if you
Yes,
do have a
and
strong mindset, you develop good habits. So it's almost like a
I mean,
fork in the road.
exactly. I mean, to be honest, Jonathan, like it's not easy because you're doing something that you love, and when you feel like maybe things are not going your way, um, it kind of it does have a massive impact on you and your emotion. Like you said, you felt like
Yes.
you were not emotionally intelligent, and maybe, but to honestly speaking, it does affect you in certain way. I mean, not only not playing, but there's other things as well. Like I'm from a very, very serious injury. I'm not sure if you know about that.
No, I didn't.
I actually broke my ankle in 2019. Yeah, and that's where mental strength actually prevailed the most for me because I mean I was day to day I was watching my teammates on the field, and I would sit there and I need to be strong because I need to know I can't be sitting here and be sulking that why did it happen to me, instead of saying okay fine it happened to me but I'm gonna come out better because I want to come back. I know what I want in what I'm doing. I know where I want to end up at the end of the day. So with that injury, I would really say that my mental state in terms of how I approach different things actually also grew a lot in that phase of my journey, my football journey, because I was out for a year.
So I mean that's so crazy. I have conversations with students all the time, and they say I talk to them about going through discomfort, how you go through difficult situations, and sometimes for a person it doesn't seem necessary that you have to go through it, or like you're saying, like why does this happen to me? This is not important. How is this going to make me grow? But sometimes it's almost like something that you had to go through that's totally unrelated to football
Mm,
is the
mm,
very thing that's going to grow you in your mentality, and it's the very thing that's going
exactly.
to grow you that you're going to need in a year or 2 years time.
Exactly. And you can apply that in maybe other situations in life. It might not just be football. Yeah, I understand.
Please, Livingston students, I hope you're paying attention to this good, great advice. Um, how do you, because it's not an easy thing to develop. How do you stay mentally strong? What are the types of things that you do to stay mentally strong?
For me, I'm a very spiritual person. So for me, it's just constantly I'm listening to praise and worship, and there's the message behind certain praise and worship is what keeps me going. I read my Bible, And also, I just sometimes I sit and I think and I remind myself that, like, you know where you want to end up, and if you're going to let your current circumstances determine what you want to go through, like, it's not gonna work. So I think that for me, also being a very spiritual person, is like, without a doubt, is one of the main things that keep me going. I mean, throughout with my injury, I used to watch YouTube videos, like, a lot. I used to watch, like, players coming back from serious injury. Like, I was watching Luke Shaw, I was watching Santi Cazorla, I was watching, like, the clips and, their stories. And for me, that was one of the things that also, like, kept me motivated at the end of the day. Because with the injury that I had, I was told that, like, you need to be very disciplined, and you need to be very you need to also um, help yourself, because it's not only you and your physio or the person that you're doing rehab. It's also about how much you want it at the end of the day. So I think that's what helped me to be where I am today. Yeah.
Cyber Jerk says, please teach Gershwin how to score goals. Is that the inside joke?
But Gershon is actually my brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was rude, Cyber Jerk. Okay. So, and I think, I mean, I agree with you. I think, I know when we talk about spirituality, it seems very, like, out there, and it's not an easy thing to explain. But even if I look at my own life, I think what God does is he puts you in a space where you feel secure.
Yes.
And when you do feel secure, because I mean, the injury in 2019, you just start your career, or, like, not starting it off, but I mean, you have these
You in
aspirations.
a good phase. Yeah, I was actually in a good
Absolutely.
phase with my soccer. And you maybe you then you start questioning, like, why at this time. But after time, you with the whole spiritual thing, you actually say, okay, thank you, God, it's supposed to be me. And then you understand that you need to go through this to actually be where you want to be. Like, it's part of your journey. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. And that comes back to the spirituality, and then you believing that it's actually supposed to happen to you, and not questioning why and why not someone else at the end of the day.
So somebody listening to this conversation would be encouraged to continue. You having a stronger mentality now. You see the purposes afterwards, but when you're in it, it's so
Yes,
difficult to see
yes,
the bigger picture. You can't.
exactly.
You're stuck
Mhm.
in this
It's
bubble,
yeah,
and it's so
yeah.
easy. And I can't almost blame people, but it's so easy to get to become depressed, or become discouraged,
Definitely,
or start to
definitely, definitely.
to start to pick
I
up,
mean,
and then
I mean, yeah, I had my days as well, but I think you also need people around you at the end of the day. So I think that was also a bonus for me, having different people around me that was supporting me on the journey and everything. So it's bound to happen that you're going to feel despondent, you're going to get discouraged. It's bound to happen.
so that is my next question. I know I was one of that people in your journey, so um, maybe maybe I'm just gonna get to this question. I don't want to hide our faces quickly, but I mean, we met at the tournament, a soccer tournament in a church building that was just built, and I saw you playing there, and I mean, just your energy and your love for the game is. You've asked like 3 or 4 times, does he remember me? I say, absolutely, I remember you, and that was like almost 10 years ago. But
Yeah, yeah.
you said
I
now,
couldn't sorry, I'm saying I couldn't remember when that was, but I remembered. I think you played as well, right?
yes, yes, yes. I was
Yeah,
still playing pro that time.
yeah, yeah.
So there's this question and something that I was thinking about. there's people that's in your life for a reason. There's people that crosses your path for a reason. There's certain support systems that's in your life. So there's a question from Pink Butterfly. Was it difficult to get support from your family and friends for this dream of being a female soccer player with gender roles being dictated by society of what women should be? So
To be to be honest, no. It wasn't difficult for me to get support from my friends and my family, because I think in my family, for one, sport is very dominant, and my father was a soccer player. My brother was a soccer player. My mother was a netball player. My sister currently, she's a very good swimmer. She's swimming for South Africa and a club as well. And she's also playing soccer. She's also playing soccer, but I don't know. I don't want to comment much on that, but she's trying. But I think she's dated with great things as well. So the support has been immense from my family. I mean, from a young age. I mean, I started football from a very young age, and I think that is eminent that the support that I was getting from my family has been since the day that they saw potential in me, because I started playing for Stramit and AFC at a very young age. And they've always been supporting me. My parents have always been supporting me up until today. Even if they have to criticize me, I take it. But they've been my biggest supporters and my biggest critiques at the end of the day. It hasn't been that thing of, I mean, I used to play in the streets with only boys, and maybe some days it'll be like, come, you a girl, it's getting late, but it's never, you can't play soccer with the boys. It was just, okay, you need to come inside because it's getting late and you a girl. But never that thing of like, no, you can't play soccer because they see it as a male
yeah.
sport and women are not. So with the support from my family, it has been since day one. Yeah, it's never been negative towards what I want to do. I mean, because they can see that there is potential and that I love what I'm doing at the end of the day.
So I coach currently at my school. I coach girls and boys, but what I notice and what I'd hope young men can develop is ladies or females or girls have this sort of, they don't have the ego, which I mean it is a manly thing to have ego, but I think also knowing when to have it and when to use it appropriately. And
Yes,
when it's such a pleasure for me to coach girls because they're so open to the right
yes,
support, and sometimes I think men or boys can go so much further if they've just had that little, they've just watched how girls operate, how they're
yeah,
taking
yeah, yeah,
information,
yeah.
taking instructions, and maybe it is because they just, that ego thing, that they want to open themselves up or that they
But
want to be
can I
vulnerable.
say, can I say,
Go say. Say it again, please. I lost you.
I'm saying the ego that you're speaking about, maybe you would be able to see that when you get to a more higher level when it comes to women's football. I just think in general it has a lot to do with you as a person individually and your humility and everything as well. But definitely I agree with what you're saying, and I think the willingness of the females are much more
Yeah.
better compared to the guys.
But that's brilliant that you said that, because I've never seen it in that light. But it makes total sense because it does come down to the
Yeah.
human being as well. There's two questions. One from Pink Butterfly. Do you see yourself as a role model for young girls, and what message do you have for them?
I would definitely say I see myself as a role model to younger girls, even being at the age that I am now, because occasionally, not occasionally, a lot of times I get a lot of messages from younger girls, not even younger girls, but I even get messages from boys. But I think from the yeah, yeah, exactly. So I think
From your
from
5,000
I
followers
would
on Instagram?
wow. Wow. But yeah, I would definitely want to be someone that someone can look up to and aspire to be. not just because of the way I play, but also just because of who I am as an individual, how I carry myself, and how I do things in general. So I definitely also just for the the girl coming from Cape Town, the girl coming from Cape Flats, like it's possible. It's possible to reach the highest level in football. Like my message would to simply be like, don't let your circumstances define where you want to end up in life. Like you can be wherever you are right now, and you can say one day I want to play for Chelsea Women's Football Club, and it's possible if you put your mind to it. Anything is possible. So yeah, I would say that would be my message. Also, I would say that you need to believe in yourself, and you need to work hard, because we can say one thing what we want, but like they say, God help those who help themselves as well. So you need to also put the work in at the end of the day. And then I would also, if there is people or girls that want to venture into football as a career, in South Africa at the moment, we can't really speak much about that, because we are forced to go and study, because gender inequality, and yeah, that's also another topic for another
Okay.
day. But yeah, I would definitely saying we're moving in the right direction. We're taking steps in the right direction, and we're just hoping that it can go upwards and onwards from here. Because looking at the nationally currently, I mean, like we spoke about Hollywood Bets, they came on board for the Women's League, and Sundowns now participating in the COSAFA CAF. Um, it's something. Imagine, not imagine, but we're looking on going to winning this COSAFA CAF qualifier, and if we win, we go to play CAF in Egypt.
Egypt.
We also sending a good message for women's football in South Africa. Not only South Africa, but with the whole initiative of CAF implementing the women's CAF, it's giving us the message that women's football is moving in the right direction in Africa. But then I wouldn't um, write off the educational part of going and furthering your studies, because you somehow, some way, you do need something to fall back to, because we can't currently it goes without saying, we can't compare the male's game to the women's game in South Africa. We're not, the male's game is here if we're speaking about money, and the women's
Mm,
game is here. So we are forced to study at the end of the, and with studies, honestly, there's opportunities. There's institutions that give bursaries for, I mean, I got a bursary to study. So there's
okay.
institutions that give bursaries for student athletes to come and play for them, and so I would just
Yeah.
say, believe in yourself, and don't let your circumstances define where you would like to end up.
Mm. And I think that's
Yeah,
such an important message, and this is a testament of what God's done in your life, and you're definitely a role model. But yeah, I believe you are correct when you're saying yes. There's a lot of circumstances against people on the Cape Flats, people of color. A lot of socio-economic conditions that does tend to hold us back. But I would agree with you 120% that it's not impossible. Surround yourself with the
exactly.
right people.
Yeah,
Be open, be willing to learn, be humble. I
exactly.
think Ricardo Katsa saw this on his WhatsApp. He said, God creates an opportunity, but we still have a responsibility to work hard at it. And
Exactly.
that's so
Exactly.
important.
Mm.
Sometimes we
Mm.
have this, it's just going to happen, but it takes
Mm.
a lot of hard work. People don't see the
Work.
behind the scenes that you have to make, the sacrifices, the hard work, the mental strength, the
Work.
emotional
Mm.
strength. Cleo,
Exactly.
not Cleo. Cleo Smith, is that your sister?
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of talent in Mitchell's Plain overall, yes, including you, Cleo. And Clint, Clint Milan said, any aspirations? I know it's a difficult question, and I know you will give your best no matter what, no matter where. So this is not this is not a put down on anywhere that you at the moment. But any aspirations of playing football overseas?
I don't think it's a difficult question to be honest, but to answer you, yes, that is. I do have aspirations. In fact, I would say it's more of a goal for me now. It's something that I'm working towards at the moment currently. So yes, I'm currently with Sundowns, but I mean, the world is your oyster at the end of the day. If you want to move on to greater and bigger things, and opportunities are there, and it's an opportunity for you to become a better person, to become a better player. Why not? I mean, everyone wants to play at the highest level. I mean, here you get a chance to play. You get a chance to play in Europe. You get a chance to play UEFA Champions League. So definitely one of my aspirations and definitely one of my goals.
Tell us that process. Because you said it's a goal, a goal that you set for yourself. Tell us the process. The short term process of it, the short term goal, the medium term goal. Tell us what your thought patterns around that is, and like what action steps you're taking.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can't really have a fixed process or fixed
Mm,
action plan because you can't you it's almost like you focus on what's in front of you. So for me currently is I'm with Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm competing in the COSAFA CAF. We competing in the COSAFA CAF. It's one of its first. If we When we win the COSAFA CAF, we go to Egypt. We play CAF, the biggest tournament in Africa.
in Africa.
Obviously you're gonna get loads of people watching this tournament. So I think for my objective kind of ties in with the team's objectives. I don't know if that kind of makes sense. And then
It
furthermore
makes
to go on and yeah, furthermore to go on and win the league with Mamelodi Sundowns and to make a clean sweep this year. So with my objectives, it kind of ties in with the team's objectives overall because
that,
at the end of the day, I do my best for the team.
you're so wise. That is a brilliant answer, I think, because sometimes we forget we have this dreams. It's out there, and we have this aspirations, which is good, but we forget that we have to work hard today. We have to focus what's in front of us. Like you said, you have to focus on.
Exactly.
I was having a conversation today saying you can't be an island. You're not an island to your own. You have a responsibility to the people around you. So your objectives, yes, very important. But also, how does your objectives fit in with the team's objectives? Because it's
Team's
a team sport,
objectives. Yes.
and the higher you go, and I've seen this with men's football, the higher you go, the more the temptation or the more the fear is that you're not going to make it, and then what happens is you sort of focus on your own objectives, and you sort of focus on what is important to you, but you lose the team
You.
objectives, and yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't end well for, or doesn't benefit both, doesn't benefit you or doesn't benefit the team.
Yeah, that's so true.
Mm. So yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant piece of advice. Focus and do what's in front of you, what you can see every
Mhm.
day. It's not just about you; it's about the team's objectives as well. And I believe this is my philosophy. Not saying you mustn't plan. But my philosophy is when you do that, everything else takes care of itself.
That's true. 100%.
Yeah. Do you have? I
100%.
mean, do you have any last words or anything else you want to share with us?
I don't know. I just want to say thank you for having me today on the show, and then also whoever is available, they should maybe catch the game tomorrow on Kosafa TV online. We're playing at 2. It's the semifinals. So like we're not only representing Mamelodi Sundowns, we're not only representing ourselves, we representing South Africa because we're here under the South African flag. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's and then also yeah, just thank you for having me. I hope that I get an invitation to be on here again with maybe even better news. So thanks for
Yes.
having me.
Listen, just tell us a bit about the CAF tournament. Will it be, what's the format? Will it be a tournament in Egypt, the whole tournament for a few weeks? What's the
Yes,
CAF format?
it will be I think there's about 7 or 8 teams that will qualify. So from each region in Africa, there would be about one team. I think in there's one region that would have two teams because based on national team rankings, I think that's West Africa if I'm not mistaken. And then the Egypt will be the host, so it'll also be a tournament format. It won't be like home and away, traveling, um,
Mm.
So yeah, it's exciting times for women's football, honestly. Exciting times.
Yeah, I can hear. And I just want to
Mhm.
thank you for joining the show. I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure. I've learned so much. You're wise beyond your years. And I pray that God will continue to bless you and use you for his purposes and
Amen.
for his glory.
Amen.
But yes,
Amen.
thank you, Thalia. Thank you to everybody that
Thanks
watched.
so much.
We really appreciate, everybody watching. We know you're taking time out of your schedule to watch, so we really appreciate you joining the show. Please like and subscribe our page. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Asseblief toch. Anyway, chat soon.
Cheers. Thank you.